period to me is just a natural bodily function. 40 states in the US had a sales tax on period products, considering them luxury items. That I was like, okay, I have to take action. Suddenly, when I started talking about periods, going up to strangers and convincing them that they should be period warriors. The menstrual movement is the fight for equitable access to menstrual hygiene and breaking down the stigma around periods. I'm Nadya Okamoto, I'm 21 years old, and I'm the founder and executive director of Period. What we're trying to build now with our agencies and our teams involved is say, how do we get everyone to be taking action, but it being a conversation starter about period poverty, and then pointing out that we have to mobilize in this way because people don't otherwise have period products, right? So Period is an organization. We are a global youth-run NGO that's fighting to end period poverty and period stigma through service, education, and advocacy. I think periods are powerful, periods are natural, and make human life possible. When I was about 9 years old, my mom moved my sisters and I out to Portland, Oregon for a better life, but also in a lot of ways to escape the domestic violence we were experiencing with my dad. In the spring of my freshman year of high school, my mom ended up parting ways with her job. Within a few months, we couldn't afford to live in our apartment, so we ended up moving out and living with friends who have since become family. During that time, my commute to school turned from about 12 minutes to over 2 hours long on public transportation. Where I would change buses was in an area where I started to have a lot of these conversations with homeless women who were in much worse living situations than I was in. At this time, I became fascinated by stories of hardship. These themes of hygiene kept coming up, and quickly I was collecting this accidental anthology of their stories of using things like toilet paper and socks and brown paper grocery bags to take care of their periods. So it was a big privilege check for me. The first time we ever went out to distribute period products, we actually walked around downtown Portland as a team, handing out period products. And the response that we saw was this emotional reaction like, oh my gosh, I've needed these products for years. Do you have more? Where can we find these? And so we kind of went back to the drawing board after that, realizing that we were onto something that was much bigger than we had ever anticipated. Within a few months, we were registering chapters nationally and then globally by the end of our first year. I think after our meeting in person, we'll be able to really go through just so that we can put a budget behind it and then start really running it out. We have the team that is ready to take action. We have the network that's already taking action. And I think that we can do a lot together. When we started, we had a simple goal of getting period products to people who need them. Within a matter of months, it kept me up at night realizing that we were making no long-term impact, right? That the same people would still need period products a few months down the line. To date, we've addressed over 950,000 periods through product distribution. Slowly but surely, we started mobilizing our chapters all around the country to explore policy change.
Because the bills have the same exact language in the House and the Senate, so there wouldn't be a problem about conferring them.
We've passed about 12 pieces of legislation in the last 3 months, and we just took down the tampon tax in Ohio with our Ohio chapter. One of the reasons I'm so passionate about this issue is because I think, unlike most poverty-related issues, it is solvable. I can tell you that we need freely accessible period products in schools, shelters, and prisons, and that we need to take down the tampon tax to put an end to the stigma around period products being a luxury. The success is measurable, and the impact is real. Activism saved my life in a time when I really needed it. I became absolutely addicted to this idea of if we mobilize and we talk to people about periods and we showed them that menstrual hygiene is a right and shouldn't be treated like a privilege, that we could make an impact. When I started talking about periods and I started going up to strangers and I could convince them not to physically cringe at menstruation, it was this realization to me that my voice meant something. My voice mattered, and that empowered me to take that confidence into other parts of my life and get out of abusive situations. I'm addicted to this impact activist work because I think it has helped me heal in so many ways and helped find my voice. And I think that because of that, I love what I do.